Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be discussing my personal Taipei transportation tips. So for your next trip to Taipei, either if you're moving here, or if you're going to study here, or if you're just coming for vacation, you will definitely need to know these few things. So the first tip I'm going to say is for anywhere in Taiwan, you need to get yourself an Easy Card. This is what an Easy Card looks like. So yeah, this is basically the one card that you'll need for all the transportation in pretty much all of Taiwan. You can add money to it at either an MRT station or at a convenience store. And what it does is you tap on at MRT or on the bus. You can also pay for things using this. So this is pretty much the most important card that you'll need for public transportation when you visit Taipei. Alright, so my next tip for Taipei is where you should already be doing this no matter where you go. Always look both ways before crossing the road. Taipei is known for its very small alleys and very narrow roads. So if you do not look both ways, you could get hit by an oncoming scooter, which are also very common. It's crazy. So also in Taipei, the sidewalks can be small to non-existent in most places, and buses and cars may get very close to you. So keeping an eye out for these kind of things is essential. Alright, so my next tip is do not be afraid to take public transportation in Taipei. In a lot of other cities, you might have had that experience with public transportation, like in New York or in other places where it's kind of dirty and maybe not very safe. But here in Taipei, it is, I would say, one of the most safe and clean public transportation systems in the world. There are strict rules that need to be followed, and they are very safe, usually pretty quiet too, and they're very convenient. They'll take you pretty much wherever you need to go in the city. Buses and MRT are the most easy and cheap way to get around Taipei. One more thing about the public transportation in Taipei. Rules here are very strictly followed. There is no eating, drinking, being loud, that kind of stuff on the train, because it's just the culture. If you do actively break these rules, you might get scolded by somebody else. The culture here following the rules on the public transportation is not to be taken lightly. Also, on the MRT in Taipei, you will see that there are regular blue chairs, light blue chairs, that are for anyone to sit in. But also, there are dark blue chairs which are reserved for people who are either pregnant, have young children, or are elderly, or are disabled in some other way. So when you are taking the MRT in Taipei, unless you are part of that group that I just mentioned, you just should not sit there. Alright, so my next tip is to study the maps. Know which bus or which MRT you are taking. It can be a little confusing. There are different letters and numbers. There are a lot of resources to help with this. For example, Google Maps does a very good job at telling you exactly which bus to take and which MRT to take to get where you want to go. Also, the announcements in the Taipei Metro are spoken in many languages. There is Mandarin, Taiwanese, English, Japanese, Korean. Signage is in English, Japanese, Korean, and Mandarin. So it is very accessible for many people in Taipei to understand where they want to go. Alright, so my final tip is just do not be afraid to ask people for help. If you don't know which train to get on, which one goes where, or any question like that, you can ask the people driving the bus or any workers there, and even regular people will be happy to help you. So that's my final tip. And yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you personally have any other tips for travel in Taipei, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and 再见.